Hi everyone, welcome to our 5-minute virus-free Friday. A little inspiration for your weekend and early into next week that I promise will not include the 5 syllables coronavirus. So we have been in the middle of a series about how to make change and the 9 steps to make change. The first letter of each of those steps spells trust, T-R-U-S-T, and leap, L-E-A-P. This week we are on step 4. We started with step 1, which was T, the real you. Then we went to R, take risk. Then U, us against the world. And today we're talking about S, which is shake it up. I was thinking about our trying to grow plants in New York City. I mean, we have this little apartment that, I love, but there's no really good sunlight. And I tend to just love to look at the plants, but I don't take really great care of them. I mean, like I don't repot them when they grow bigger. And we kind of know what that feels like in life. I mean, sometimes we just let ourselves stay in the same pot for years. And if you've ever seen a root-bound plant, if you pull it out of the pot, its roots are all just like wrapped around each other to the point where they can't get any nutrients to grow. It just shuts down and freezes sort of in place. And so sometimes we have to take life like we do a root-bound plant, which was pull it out of the pot, shake it up a bit, give it some space, and plant it in something new. Now, it's easier said than done. In order to shake ourselves up a bit, we, could put ourselves at risk. We might actually, God forbid, risk failure if we shake ourselves up. What does it mean to shake ourselves up? The bottom line is there's 3 things in life that are sure: death, taxes, and mistakes. It's going to happen, but we're still scared of them. I think I've said it before, but I love the quote by Miles Davis. If you hit a bad note, or if you think you hit a bad note, it's really the next note that determines if it's good or bad. And in music, that makes complete sense, and I love that idea. The other thing is, I don't think we'll ever really appreciate what great things can come from mistakes. In one of my recent books over the last couple of years, I talked about my grandmother Whitmire's tomato garden. And she used to grow these giant tomatoes, and I didn't understand why when I asked her, and she goes, "Oh, it's just chicken poop," which is gross, but it grew these huge tomatoes. And it kind of was a great lesson for me that the most growth in life doesn't come from the perfect, pristine places. It comes from the messy places, the real messy, kind of stinky places. That's where we learn the most, and that's where we tend to grow. It's like the ancient philosophy in Zen Buddhism, and I think we might have talked about this before, but even if we did, I think it bears repeating. I put it in a sermon recently, actually, as well, because it's called Kintsugi, K-I-N-T-S-U-G-I, and it's an art form of repairing ceramics. Now here, if we break a pot in America, we throw it away. But there, if a pot is broken, it is repaired with melted gold so that the breaks are highlighted. It's truly the flaws that are seen as beautiful. And I love that sentiment. I mean, it's like nature. Some of the most beautiful places in nature are the broken places. The Grand Canyon, tectonic shifts like the Grand Tetons. I mean, we've got to just shake it up in life sometimes. And yeah, we may make mistakes, but the question is, do we use those mistakes as an excuse or an experience? You got to shake it up. And I'll leave you with this wonderful idea, and it was a sign we put out in front of the church at Madison Avenue Baptist, but I've always loved it. A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Don't you love that? A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. So I'll leave you with that. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a good start to your week, and I look forward to seeing you again at our next 5-minute virus-free Friday.